Hi guys, so we're going to be solving this question. It says determine the components of the force acting parallel and perpendicular to the axis of the pole. So parallel to the pole is at this point, and perpendicular to the pole is maybe at this point. I'm going to just name this F bar OA. F bar OA. Now, the first thing I just thought is if, let me bring it out, if this is F bar OA, and this is F bar OA, and this is the force, 600 pounds, I knew that if I could get the angle at this point to this point, then I can simply just say this point to be 600 cos, if this is phi, cos phi, and this point to be 600 sin phi. So if I can just get the angle between these points, and I'll solve this question. And that angle phi is the angle between the force F vector and the pole OA at this point. If I can find the angle between these two, I found my answer. So whenever we are talking about what is the angle between two vectors in 3D space, just think dot product first. So the dot product between the force F and the vector ROA is simply equals to their magnitude multiplied cos the angle we're looking for between them. Let's call it theta. Theta. So we're going to be able to find theta now. Now basically we need to find the force vector. We already know its magnitude 600 pounds. To find the vector you need to find its x, y, and z components. So now starting with the z component, I'm going to just erase this so we can be clear what we're doing here. This is its y component, this is its x component, and this is its z component. The z component is easy to find since you already know at this point this is the angle. You can simply do 600 sine 60 degrees to get 519.6. So just to make this clearer, if this is Fz, this is the force F, this is an angle 60. To get Fz, you can simply just do this. That's just what I did there. Now to move on to Fx and Fy. For Fx and Fy, this is them at the bottom. However, this is the angle 30 degrees. We don't know the magnitude here, therefore we can't find what's here and what's here. So first let's just find the magnitude at this position. To find the magnitude at that position, we know that this is Fz, we know that this is this point here. Let's call it Fxy, Fxy, and we know this 600 pounds. We know the angle here is 60 degrees. To get this point, we can simply do 600 cos 60 degrees. So therefore, Fxy will be equals to, I'm just going to erase this. Fxy is going to be equals to 600 cos 60 degrees, which is equals to 300 pounds. Sorry, I forgot to write pounds here. Now Fx and Fy, since now this is Fx, this is Fy. Since we know the magnitude at this position, which is now 300 pounds, to get Fx we can simply do 300, you know the angle here, 30. We can do 300 sine 30 degrees to get minus 150. This is because the Fx is going in the negative direction of x. This is the positive direction of x, this is the negative direction of x. So it's actually like that. Now, for Fy, it's going to be 300 cos 30, which is going to give us 259.8. Cos vector is equal to. Now, to find for the vector ROA, we simply know that to get from O, this point, to A at this point, we can go in the positive y direction, in the negative x direction, and then in the positive z direction. So this is simply going to be minus 4i hat plus 4j hat plus 2k hat. Now we're simply just going to put it into the formula at this point. So it's going to be cos theta is equals to, multiply these two, be minus 4 times 150 all over, multiply their magnitudes. The magnitude is simply going to be at this point. This is equals to 600, and the magnitude for this is equals to 6. If you do 4 square plus 4 square plus 2 square, square it everything, you're going to get 6. It's going to be 6 times 600. This is simply going to be theta equals to cos inverse of 257.8.4 over 3600. The answer is going to be 41.9 degrees. Now remember that we're looking for F bar bar OA, F bar OA, and the center force was F equals 600 pounds. Since now we know the angle from here to here, 41.9 degrees, we can simply say this was the parallel force. FOA, which is the parallel force, is equals to 600 cos 41.9, which is equals to 400.7 pounds. And consider F bar bar OA, which was the force acting perpendicular to the pole, is equals to 600 sine 41.9, which is equals to 446.6 pounds. So this is your final answer. Thank you for listening. Anything you do not understand, do not hesitate to ask in the comment section. Thank you.